And don't worry about the rest. I don't want to be made an example of. Hello, people. Hello, and happy Monday. So, how was everybody's weekend? How was your sales? Believe it or not, eBay was pretty decent. Honestly, these last 2 weeks honestly been really good. So I've had upwards of 200 orders every weekend, coming off the weekend, every weekend. Even eBay's been great. This weekend on eBay, I did almost 400, which is good for me on eBay. But here's the good thing about it. So the weird thing is the number was actually $395.95. So I just thought that was weird for it to be that amount, $395.95. But whatever. So that totaled out, I want to say it was about 18 orders, somewhere's about there. I might be wrong, but I do know that the average sale price ended up being around $21 and some change, which is what I've been aiming for. Because last year, for the most part, my average sale price hovered around between like 13 to 16 bucks. And so this year, I want to keep that between 15 and 25 bucks. So I know that's a big range, but instead of 13 to 15, I want to keep it between 15 and 25. I'll be happy with that. And it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Especially with the type of stuff I've been putting up. I have sold a few more items that I thrifted. A couple of them went to some people with lower feedback, but I ain't sweating it. As of right now, I sold 4 thrifted items. I didn't do the final numbers on the, let's see, so on the one item, that was that conditioner. I had bought that for $4.99, sold for $37. After fees and shipping, I made $16.82. That can of ink, I bought that for $2.99, sold for $14. I took an offer on that. After fees and shipping, I made $5.52. I sold that analog pass-through DTV converter box. That I bought that for $10.99, sold it for $36.11, and after fees and shipping, let me do the formula for that real quick. Give me a second. So that profit was $9.22 on that box, which is good. $10. And look, all these things sold fairly quickly. So the ink cartridge was only listed for 2 days. The conditioner was only listed for 2 days. That converter box was listed for, let's see, I listed on the 19th and it sold on the 3rd. So not that long, a few weeks, right? And then the other thing was the AT&T wireless home phone and internet home base. Listed that on the 19th and that sold on the 3rd. That sold for a total of $55.90. And after fees and everything, let's see, we're looking at $35.77 in profit. So that's the biggest profit right there. All flipped fairly quickly. I do still have a few items up. I've gotten offers on some. I'm gonna try to wait it out. I think I made a mistake on that Wii board. I really do. I'll be interested to see how much I make on that. I was looking at that again and I took a better look at it and just looking at the numbers and the souls, and I might have made a mistake on that purchase, but we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated, but everything is flipping within a month for a decent profit so far. Some of these are not going to flip within a month, but if I can get them to sell within 90 days, that'll be perfect. So that's that. Another thing I was thinking too, so I had an order on Walmart. Man, it's been crazy, man. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to hire somebody to help me ship. I really do, man. It's been, I printed all my labels out last night. I was here till 12 o'clock. And because I didn't get started till later in the day. Printed all my labels out. Today I come in, to pack and ship. I still didn't get done till around 2:30. But even on the days when I ain't got that many orders during a weekday, it has been getting kind of like time consuming. So I'm thinking I hire somebody to work 10 to 15 hours a week, on average about 2 hours a day, because the busiest day is going to be Mondays, and then the rest of the days with another person I could probably knock it out in an hour or so, but let's say 2 hours. So we're looking at 10 to 15 hours a week, talking about maybe $400 to $500 a month. Or maybe I'll start out with just Mondays since it's the busiest. But either way, I'm really thinking that I might just have to do that because it's backing me up. I was just, before I started this video, I was working on my Amazon shipment, labeling some stuff, but I'm getting so backed up. It's just like, and the shipping is the bottleneck. That's the bottleneck. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I just don't know when yet. But going back, Walmart, I had an order. It was for about, it was a good $30 order for like 5 different lipsticks. Order came in on Friday. It was canceled, or they put it in to cancel it Sunday, either Saturday night or Sunday morning. This ain't the first time that happened. So here's what I'm gonna do, because I've been noticing a pattern. This doesn't happen every single weekend, but usually when it does, it happens when a customer puts an order in on Friday, and now I'm done shipping, so maybe the order comes in mid-afternoon, sometime like that, whatever, right? And then usually when they cancel, if they cancel, it's like mid to late Saturday, Sunday. Now, I don't know why a person wouldn't understand. If you order Friday, late afternoon, evening, you ain't getting it. It ain't going out till Monday. However, what I think is happening is that people, they don't see nothing happening for a day or two. And people, they're not cognizant of like the time duration. They're just like, man, I put that order in a while ago. It seemed I ain't even, it ain't been shipped. So what I think I'm going to start doing to provide, 1, a better customer experience, and 2, to possibly cut down on those cancellations, I'm going to do 2 shipping times on Fridays. I'm going to do my regular shipping when I come in the morning, and then I'm going to ship again probably around 3 or 4 o'clock. The post office here stays open till 6:30. So maybe I'll do another shipping around 3 or 4 o'clock, whatever orders have come in since the last time I shipped. I'm even thinking about shipping on Saturday. Post office is open until 1. And so I'm thinking of that and see how that, because look, at the end of the day, if that eliminates those cancellations and provides a better customer experience, I'm all with that, man. I'm really trying to elevate my business this year. I just put another order in. I still got 3 pallets that I'm waiting on, but Amazon says it can take up to 28 days to ship those out, so we'll see how that goes. But the order's in already, so that'll be 3 pallets. They already tell you up front how long it could take, so I ain't even sweating it. But as far as the other stuff, all the HBA and makeup, that stuff has been selling like crazy, man. It's been selling like crazy. And the items that I've been putting up on eBay, because it hasn't been a lot of makeup this time, the other types of items, the electronics items, the home good items, and some of the thrifted items, those have been doing very well. And so I think by the end of this year, my eBay store is going to have a totally different look. It's going to have a totally different look. And that's what I'm going for, because I have to make eBay worth my time, because I really have been contemplating not even doing it at all. And I don't want to hire somebody just to do eBay for me. I've thought about doing a VA or a listing service. I ain't trying to do that. I just want to put items up that's going to make it worth the time of putting them up. And eBay is still, things are still selling. They just changed it up. Something I wanted to show y'all too, I was thinking about, man. So I watched this video. I was going to make a whole separate video, but I ain't even going to do that. I'm going to just play it off of this, because I watched this video a few times actually, because every time I watch it, I learn something new from it, just some little tips and tricks and techniques, and I it helps me also to be aware of what's going on these platforms and things like that. So I always encourage you guys, man, to just listen to some stuff. But this video, give me a second.
our experience.
All right, so I'm gonna show y'all from where I was last looking. So this video, this is from Frontline. It's actually an older video. Let me fix this up. It's an older video. You see it right there. It's from Frontline PBS. I want to say this video, yeah, 3 years old, right? But I've watched this video numerous times. It's called Amazon Empire. You guys should watch this. You can learn a lot. But tell me what this sounds like to you. Let's just listen to this for a minute.
It was totally unprecedented. Yes.
Randy Miller ran the European book team and says he saw nothing wrong with Amazon's tough tactics to challenge publishers on prices and profit margins.
In order to bring them into line, we would actually take them out of automated merchandising, take their prices up to list price. We would put references on the product page, their product page, saying, you want it cheaper? You want this book for on this topic for a way cheaper price? Click here. And we'd send them to whoever we thought their worst competitor was. That was how Amazon forced their vendors to comply. But that's an old Walmart trick. I mean, it wasn't like Amazon created that, and it made a difference. And Jeff got excited about it.
All right, so did y'all hear that? This is just, so who does that sound like? What does that sound like right now? What came to my mind is eBay. So in the context of that conversation, because right before his segment, there was a book guy. He was talking about some of the tactics that Amazon used basically to bully them out of giving them a higher percentage. He would talk about sit down dinners. And they would basically be like, listen, we want 4% more, and if you don't pay it, we ain't gonna give you the traffic. And so with that guy that was just speaking worked for Amazon. I think he said in the European area. He said if they didn't comply, you heard what the tactics was. They would de-index them. They would put links under their listing, say, hey, you want it cheaper? Go here. Everything they can until the company or the business capitulated. That sounds like what eBay does, right? Now I know most of us aren't big sellers, but what if eBay's using that tactic? You know how we always complain about there being stores and links under our listings? I wonder if they do that to like sellers just refusing to pay promoted listings or not paying that much, or if you just in some way, if you're not playing ball with eBay, are they using those tactics? Because you hear what he said. We ain't the first ones. That's an old Walmart tactic. Who's the CEO of eBay? An ex-Walmart guy, right? So it really just made me think, man, eBay in some way, shape, or form is using that same playbook with sellers on the platform, whether small or large, where if you don't want to play ball, they'll find ways to de-index you, redirect traffic to other people's listings, and all of that. And so it's just that this video, really good insights, man. Really good insights. And what it really made me realize, not realize, but what just causes it to sink in is that, we playing a game, man, that we ain't come up with the rules. You know what I mean? We ain't come up with the rules. And if you want to play the game, you got to play by their rules. And if you don't, these companies, they do shady stuff. They do dirty stuff. They use questionable tactics to get you to comply. And if that means ghosting you, if that means suppressing you, if that means putting links under your listings to cheaper sellers, to sellers who are selling the same product but cheaper, until you get to until they get you to do what they want you to do, that's what they'll do. I mean, that's the name of the game apparently. But for me, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do to make my business work for me. But see, understanding the mindset of these people and where they're coming from and what they want will help you know how you need to run your business, right? Not crying about it and why is eBay doing this or why is this platform doing that? Understanding their mindset. Then you just say, you settle in within yourself and say, okay, this is what they want. Because the guy who was saying, hey man, look, they told us they wanted 4% more and we didn't pay, and then they started basically ghosting our listings until we paid, and we paid. He asked him, he said, let me go back to that real quick.
Amazon took over a large market share of the publishing industry very, very fast. They were very quickly in a position to demand concessions. I think that was a moment where publishers started to realize, oh, wait a minute, they're our partner, but they now have the beginnings of a boot on our windpipe.
Inside the company, they had launched a strategy that some called the Gazelle Project, because they'd heard Bezos wanted them to pursue publishers who way a cheetah pursues a sickly gazelle.
Well, you don't go after the strongest. It's like the cheetah. The cheetah looks for the weak, looks for the sick, looks for the small. That's what you go for. So don't start with, number 1 publisher. Start with number 7 publisher, and then number 6 publisher.
They go for
and
the
by
little
time you get
guy
to number
first,
3,
y'all.
2, and 1, the noise has gotten back to them. They're going to know this is coming, and chances are you may be able to settle that.
Go for the little
without
guy
a full-on
first.
war.
We were just this little mom and pop publishing company, publishing poetry books, translated fiction.
In the early 2000s, the number of books Dennis Johnson was selling on Amazon had been rising steadily. Then one day, he got a phone call.
Our distributor called us up to talk about our Amazon contract. And he said, I went out to dinner last night with Amazon. It was like going out to dinner with the Godfather. They want a kickback. That's the word he used, kickback. And he said they wanted 4% more of our sales.
Was that unusual?
That was, in our experience, it was totally unprecedented. Yes.
Randy Miller ran the European book team and says he saw nothing wrong with Amazon's tough tactics to challenge publishers to written questions.
Those may say that Amazon comes along and is getting...
When Dennis Johnson still refused to give in to Amazon's terms,
So
he says the buy
listen to
button
this
on all
part.
Melville House books suddenly disappeared, making it impossible for customers to purchase them on Amazon.
I mean, this is the company that referred to little publishers like me as wounded gazelles, I believe. That's how they think. That's how he thought from the beginning. And we eventually had to pay what at the time I called a bribe. And our attitude toward Amazon was, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. And carry on as best you can.
Jeff Bezos may say that Amazon comes along and has given publishers like yourself access to a huge distribution channel for your books. Has Amazon been good for your business?
Well, absolutely they have. Any bookseller that sells our books is good for our business. So I'm not complaining that Amazon is selling our books. I'm just complaining of the way that their tactics are hurting the industry I love.
All right, that's enough of that. But you hear what he said, though? Think about this. He said, we don't go after the big guys first. They use a strategy, right? Similar to like when you hear about the way back in the days, the raids and wars and how they would go to the smaller villages one by one. They wouldn't just attack the main kingdom first. They would do all the smaller villages and all of that. And then by the time they got to the main kingdom, they done heard about how these barbarians ransacked and destroyed this and did all of that. He said they go after the small sellers first so that hopefully by the time they work their way up and get to the bigger sellers, they already heard about what's happening and they can avoid an all-out war and the people just capitulate. So it would not be beyond eBay to be, targeting smaller sellers, shadow banning their listings if they don't want to pay the promoted listing fee or close to the, recommended, in order for larger sellers to see, hey, we don't want to deal with this. We're just going to pay. I just thought I would bring that up, guys. Just thought I would bring that up. The mindset of these people is cutthroat. It's cutthroat. And you see what he said. Look, we ain't complaining that they selling our books. We just complaining that they want to just keep taking our money, but they're still selling it. And so he didn't say he was going to stop selling. Now this is old. This is 3 years old. But he didn't say they would stop selling them. Just kind of adjust and you keep moving on, right? You're still making money. And that's kind of my attitude, man. I adjust. I keep selling the things that are more profitable, that help my business to grow and sustain my business, and don't worry about the rest. I don't want to be made an example of. Oh my goodness, man. That's some deep stuff. Y'all should really watch that video. Some deep stuff. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all today, man. It's been a really, really busy last few weeks, bro. Really busy last few weeks. And I decided that I'm gonna just keep pushing it. I'm gonna keep pushing it. Tax season's coming up and I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm gonna try to at least do my 2 videos a week, the live, and then another video. If I can get 3, I will. But honestly, if I gotta sacrifice anything, it's going to be YouTube, because I don't make money from YouTube. About $20 a month or so ish, whatever. It's not worth it. I do this, try to put my information out there, to help people and, document the journey. But anyway, that's it for now, man. I do got something coming up where I want to try to help specifically newer sellers, but this will be for anybody, especially those who want to get started on platforms like Walmart and Amazon, and be able to provide tools for them or for you that will help you, that you may not be able to afford initially, or it may not make sense for you to invest in initially. I'm working on something like that because everybody has their groups and things, and where they want to teach you how to sell. I don't really want. I just want to be able to provide a value where people who maybe can't access those tools, but they can help you grow your business faster. Where something like where you can just kind of like utilize what I already have, that I already use. So I got to figure out how to make it work though. But hear more about that later. Anyway, talk to y'all on Wednesday. I will be doing Wednesday Night Live, so make sure y'all join me on that. And I do not have the topic yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll have something to talk about. Talk to y'all again soon. See y'all later.